Dolly Parton shutting down disrespectful interviewer. Ever seen a country legend silence a rude interviewer? Dolly Parton does it with unmatched class. Dolly Parton is known not just for her incredible music career, but also for her sharp wit and charm. In the face of disrespectful questions, she stands tall and responds with grace. There are moments where Dolly Parton shut down disrespectful interviewers, showcasing her poise and intelligence.
Dolly, where I come from, would I have called you a hillbilly?
If you had of, it would have been something very natural, but I would have probably kicked your shins or something. No, actually, I don't like to be like everybody else. I've often made this statement that I would never stoop so low.
Dolly Parton's classic response. In a famous interview, Dolly Parton was asked if she would be called a hillbilly where the interviewer came from. This question had the potential to be very offensive, but Dolly handled it with grace. She replied, "If you had, it would have been something very natural, but I would have probably kicked you in the shins or something." The interviewer continued, asking if when he thought of hillbillies, he was thinking of her kind of people. Dolly confirmed this and went on to describe her background with pride. Dolly's response was a masterclass in using humor and intelligence to deflect negativity. By joking about kicking the interviewer in the shins, she diffused the potential insult with humor. Her reply not only avoided confrontation, but also turned the conversation around on a positive note. She took the term hillbilly, often used derogatorily, and reframed it to highlight the pride and class of her people. Dolly spoke about her community's intelligence, calling it good common sense or horse sense. This showed her deep respect for her roots and cleverly shifted the narrative from an insult to a celebration of her heritage. When asked about her appearance, she addressed the questions with honesty and a bit of self-deprecating humor. Dolly acknowledged that she always had a full figure and added that if she hadn't had it naturally, she would have had it made. This candidness made her responses relatable and endearing. By stating that she could change her appearance anytime, she underscored her confidence and control over her image. Moreover, when questioned about her marriage and the fact that her husband is rarely seen, Dolly turned it into a positive discussion about the freedom and trust in their relationship. She emphasized that both she and her husband value their independence, which is the foundation of their happy marriage. Dolly Parton's ability to turn potentially negative or awkward questions into affirmations of her values and identity is what makes her interviews so memorable. Her use of humor, intelligence, and honesty creates a narrative that not only disarms the interviewer, but also endears her to the audience. Stay tuned as we explore more unexpected celebrity comebacks. Matthew McConaughey's political standoff. In an interview with Joy Behar, Matthew McConaughey faced a tense exchange regarding his political aspirations. Behar questioned whether he could get elected in Texas with an anti-gun stance, clearly aiming to corner him. McConaughey, known for his calm demeanor, did not shy away from the challenge. Instead, he maintained his composure and provided a thoughtful response, emphasizing his unique approach to politics.
Do you think you could get elected in Texas being anti-gun?
Do I think I could get elected in Texas being anti-gun? One thing about if me in politics is to give you a direct statement right there is be playing a game that I'm not interested in playing.
Okay,
to give you a direct statement right there.
McConaughey's response was a lesson in maintaining focus under pressure. When Behar asked if he could get elected in Texas with an anti-gun stance, McConaughey replied, "Do I think I could get elected in Texas being anti-gun? One thing about me in politics is to give you a direct statement right there is be playing a game that I'm not interested in playing." This response showcased his ability to remain composed and redirect the conversation without giving a definitive answer that could be used against him. By refusing to be drawn into a political trap, McConaughey demonstrated his adeptness at handling controversial topics. His calm and collected demeanor helped diffuse the situation, allowing him to stay on message without alienating potential supporters. This approach not only maintained his integrity, but also highlighted his ability to think on his feet and navigate tricky questions with ease. McConaugheys' strategy involved acknowledging the complexity of the issue while refusing to reduce his position to a simple soundbite. This tactic kept the conversation from becoming overly simplistic and allowed him to maintain control over the narrative. His ability to stay focused and not get flustered under pressure is a testament to his experience and skill as a communicator. But how do celebrities handle personal attacks? Let's find out next. Tom Cruise defends his privacy. Tom Cruise faced a challenging moment during an interview when the interviewer persistently asked about his recent divorce from Nicole Kidman. The interviewer pushed boundaries by questioning the personal aspects of their relationship, including whether Kidman was the love of his life and the nature of their parenting relationship. Cruise's responses were a masterclass in setting boundaries firmly yet respectfully.
Was Nicole the love of your life?
What do you mean, Peter?
You were married for 10 years?
Listen, we raised children. I mean, how do you answer that? How do you answer that question? She's someone that I plan on getting married again.
You do?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Cruz's approach to handling these intrusive questions was both direct and composed. When asked if Kidman was the love of his life, Cruz responded, "What do you mean, Peter? You were married for 10 years. Listen, we raised children." This response set the stage for his boundary setting. He didn't avoid the question entirely, but redirected it to focus on the facts of their shared history without delving into personal emotions. As the interviewer continued to pry, Cruz maintained his calm. When he asked about their parenting relationship and professional discussions, Cruz drew a clear line. He stated, "Here's the thing, Peter. You're stepping over a line now. You're stepping over a line. You know you are."
Do you have a relationship where you talk, it's a parenting relationship, and talk professionally about each other's work?
Listen, here's the thing, Peter.
Yeah.
You're stepping over a line now. You're stepping over a line. You know you are.
Well, I suppose they're questions
Peter,
that people want to know.
Peter, you want to know. Take responsibility for what you want to know. Don't say what other people. This is a conversation that I'm having with you right now.
You're right.
Okay. So I'm just telling you right now. Okay? Just put your manners back in.
This firm yet respectful boundary setting was crucial in maintaining his dignity in privacy. Cruz's ability to remain composed under pressure is noteworthy. He did not let the interviewer's persistence rattle him, nor did he resort to anger or evasion. Instead, he calmly reiterated his boundaries, making it clear that certain topics were off limits. This approach not only protected his personal life, but also demonstrated his professionalism and control. By handling the situation this way, Cruz showed that it was possible to address intrusive questions without compromising one's privacy or losing composure. His method of setting boundaries firmly and respectfully serves as an excellent example for others facing similar situations. Up next, a moment that nearly brought a star to tears. Lindsay Lohan confronts cruelty. During an interview with David Letterman, Lindsay Lohan was there to promote her upcoming movie. However, the interview took a harsh turn when Letterman repeatedly mocked her about her past rehab stints. Letterman asked her several pointed questions, including, "Aren't you supposed to be in rehab now?" And "How many times have you been in rehab?" The persistent and mocking tone of the questions made Lohan uncomfortable.
Aren't you supposed to be in rehab now?
Do you not watch anything that goes on?
I do.
Tabloid now?
Now here's what
May 2nd.
I was under the May 2nd. And how long will you be in rehab?
3 months.
How many times have you been in rehab?
Several.
And how will this time be different? What are they rehabbing, first of all? What is on their list? What are they going to work on when you walk through the door?
Lohan's response to the cruel questioning was a commendable attempt to maintain her dignity. Despite the insensitive remarks, she tried to steer the conversation back to her movie. She responded calmly, We didn't discuss this in the pre-interview, signaling that these questions were unexpected and unwelcome. She tried to keep the focus on her professional work rather than her struggles. When Letterman continued his line of questioning, asking, "What are they going to work on when you walk through the door?" Lohan remained composed and replied, "We have to stay on the positive." Her insistence on focusing on the positive aspects of her life and career showed her resilience and determination to not let the interview derail her efforts to promote her film. Lohan's strategy was to acknowledge the questions briefly and then redirect the conversation. This approach demonstrated her ability to handle public scrutiny with grace, despite being visibly upset. She managed to keep her composure and continued to promote her work, showing her professionalism. The situation escalated to the point where Lohan's voice began to shake, indicating how deeply the comments affected her. However, she did not lash out or walk off the set. Instead, she maintained her dignity and continued to engage with the interviewer, albeit under very difficult circumstances. Watch how another star handles weighty accusations. Jonah Hill faces body shaming. During an interview, Jonah Hill was repeatedly asked about his weight, a topic that can be both personal and sensitive. The interviewer posed questions that seemed to focus more on Hill's physical appearance rather than his professional achievements. Questions like, "Do you still think it's important to be unattractive to be funny?" And "Are you the fat guy in Hollywood still?" were not only intrusive, but also disrespectful.
Do you think it's important to be unattractive to be funny? Can skinny people be funny?
What the man? You know, I don't understand. Can you just ask a normal question?
Are you the fat guy in Hollywood still? Or does everybody like look at you and they're like, "Oh wow, you know, this is great, now you're healthy"?
Do you have any other questions that are smart?
Jonah Hill's response to these body-shaming questions was a masterclass in deflecting negativity while asserting self-respect. When asked if it was important to be unattractive to be funny, Hill responded calmly, "I don't understand. Can you just ask a normal question?" This response not only highlighted the absurdity of the question, but also redirected the conversation to more relevant topics. When the interviewer continued with, "Are you the fat guy in Hollywood still?" he didn't let the disrespect go unchallenged. He replied, "Do you have any other questions that are smart?" This sharp retort effectively called out the interviewer's lack of professionalism and shifted the focus away from his weight to the quality of the questions being asked. Hill's strategy of maintaining his composure and using pointed responses to deflect negativity demonstrated his confidence and self-respect. He refused to let the interviewer reduce him to his physical appearance, instead emphasizing his worth as an actor and a person. This approach not only protected his dignity, but also sent a powerful message about self-acceptance and respect. Furthermore, Hill's calm demeanor under pressure served as an example of how to handle body shaming with grace. By not losing his temper and instead using his wit to counter the interviewer's disrespect, Hill maintained control of the situation and turned it into an opportunity to highlight the importance of respect and professional conduct in interviews. Next, see how a legend deals with an attack on his personal life. Tom Hardy's sexuality questioned. In a now infamous interview, Tom Hardy faced an inappropriate question about his sexuality. During a press conference for his film Legend, a reporter asked, "Your sexuality seems a bit more ambiguous. Do you find it hard for celebrities to talk to the media about their sexuality?" The question was not only unexpected, but also irrelevant to the context of the press event, making it clear that the reporter was overstepping personal boundaries.
Your own sexuality seems a bit more ambiguous. Do you find it hard for celebrities to talk to media about their sexuality?
What on earth are you on about?
Tom Hardy's response to this intrusive question was a masterclass in maintaining composure while setting clear personal boundaries. Without missing a beat, Hardy replied, "What on earth are you on about?" This immediate response underscored the absurdity and inappropriateness of the question.
But what is your question?
I was wondering if you find it difficult for celebrities to talk about their sexuality.
I don't find it difficult for celebrities to talk about their sexuality. Are you asking me about my sexuality?
Sure.
Why? Thank you.
Okay.
As the reporter attempted to clarify, Hardy cut him off, asking directly, "Are you asking about my sexuality?" When the reporter confirmed, Hardy simply replied, "Why?" This one-word question effectively put the reporter on the spot, highlighting the invasive nature of his inquiry. Hardy's straightforward approach made it clear that he was not going to entertain such questions, setting a firm boundary in a calm and composed manner. By not allowing the conversation to continue on this inappropriate topic, Hardy demonstrated his control over the interview. His method of handling the situation showed a blend of firmness and respect, ensuring that the focus remained on his professional achievements rather than his personal life. Hardy's ability to address the question directly without becoming flustered or aggressive showcased his maturity and confidence. This incident serves as a powerful example of how to handle invasive questions with dignity. Hardy's composed demeanor and direct questioning turned the situation around, making the reporter's question seem out of place and unwarranted. It highlighted the importance of respecting personal boundaries, especially in a professional setting. Stay with us as we explore how a culinary titan defends his reputation. Gordon Ramsay's fiery rebuttal. In a notable incident, Gordon Ramsay was ambushed by a reporter who presented him with a complaint about his restaurant. The reporter handed Ramsay a photo of a supposedly subpar steak served at one of his establishments, asking, "Are you satisfied that it's a good steak?" This unexpected confrontation was intended to provoke a reaction from the famously fiery chef.
It's really weird for you to give me a piece of paper, and when you say, "Am I satisfied that it's a good steak?" you have to be a little bit more honest with me on that one. What are you trying to get at?
Ramsay's response to this ambush was both straightforward and knowledgeable, showcasing his expertise and confidence. Upon being presented with the photo, Ramsay didn't react with immediate anger. Instead, he asked for more context, questioning, "What are you trying to get out of this?" The initial response demonstrated his unwillingness to be drawn into a trap without understanding the full situation.
But you asked for the steak to be cooked well done.
And is that a well done steak?
Oh, come on. What is this? I mean, where can you, I mean, keep on rolling. For legal reasons, this is absolutely crucial. But how sad is this, that you asked for a steak to be cooked well done? Okay.
When the reporter explained that the steak was ordered well done, Ramsay's reply was both educational and firm. He explained, "You asked for a steak to be well done. Any quality of beef, when cooked well, loses its taste. So presenting me with a picture of a well-done steak and questioning its quality is a bit silly." This response highlighted his deep knowledge of cooking and his ability to educate the reporter on why the complaint was unfounded.
Now, whatever quality of beef it is, it's gone past any form of taste when you've cooked it well done. So you present me with a picture, God bless you, and you say, "Is that right?" I don't eat steak well done. That's your prerogative because you're the customer. But unfortunately, you're never going to identify the quality of a beef when the steak is well cooked. So I'm really sorry to piss on your bonfire, but it's a bit of a stupid question. Thank you.
Ramsay's approach was to turn the criticism into a teaching moment. He didn't just defend his restaurant, he provided a lesson on steak preparation and the impact of cooking preferences on meat quality. This method not only diffused the confrontation, but also reinforced his authority as a culinary expert. Throughout the exchange, Ramsay maintained his composure. He did not resort to shouting or personal attacks, which could have escalated the situation. Instead, his calm yet firm responses underscored his professionalism and his deep understanding of his craft. Ronnie James Dio confronts height insult. In an interview, metal icon Ronnie James Dio was confronted with an insensitive question about his height. The interviewer asked, "How tall are you?" "Pretty short, huh?" This comment immediately irritated Dio, who quickly expressed his displeasure.
How tall are you? Pretty short, huh?
No, I'm actually 7'9".
You look so short.
I can't believe that you didn't realize that.
You always seem so much bigger.
Not short, so don't me off or you won't get a good interview.
No, I'm not saying that it's a bad
you said
thing.
I was short. That pisses me off. Right?
Dio's response to the height insult was both fierce and direct. He initially tried to deflect the comment by sarcastically stating, "I'm actually 7'1". When the interviewer persisted, saying, "You look so short," Dio's frustration became evident. He responded firmly, "I'm not short, so don't piss me off, or you won't get a good interview."
How old are you anyway, Rodney?
Ronnie.
Ronnie?
Yeah. Well, you're really stepping your foot in this one, aren't you, mate? Look, if you want me to beat the out of you, I'll be more than happy to.
No, I don't want you to.
Let's just clear the room and I'll kick your ass for you. If that's what you want, no problem for me.
No, I don't
I'm good
want
at that.
I don't want that. I'm just asking.
Fine, let's go. Come on out. Thank you very much.
As the interviewer continued to make insensitive remarks, Dio's irritation grew. He warned the interviewer, saying, "You're really stepping your foot in this one, aren't you, mate?" Dio's willingness to confront the interviewer head-on showed his no-nonsense attitude and refusal to be disrespected. Dio's handling of the situation highlighted his strong personality and his insistence on being treated with respect. He didn't allow the interviewer to diminish him based on his physical appearance, instead focusing on maintaining his dignity. Gene Simmons humiliated by inappropriate questions. Gene Simmons, the bassist of Kiss, experienced a deeply uncomfortable moment during an interview when he was asked inappropriate questions about his personal life. The interviewer, in front of Simmons' wife, Shannon Tweed, asked about the number of women Simmons had slept with, leading to a tense and awkward exchange.
How's your back, Gene?
my back is good. My schmeckle, not so much.
That's very nice of you to joke about.
It's a joke. Where are you going? What are you doing?
Rude.
She's
so
done
rude.
with you.
It's so rude for you to joke about it.
I was
Really
just joking because she's a comedian.
Here, these back on. It suits you.
Thanks for the question.
I'm sorry. You're blaming it on me? Don't put this on me.
Simmons initially tried to deflect the question with humor, responding, "My back is good. My schmeckle, not so much." This attempt to lighten the mood, however, did not sit well with Shannon, who walked off the set visibly upset. Simmons then found himself trying to manage the situation as the interviewer continued to press the issue.
Please come back here.
You know what? No, you joke about it, and it's not funny.
Well, I'm trying to make you feel a little more comfortable.
So it's possible that she's done with you, Jane. How do you feel about it?
Well, I hope not.
You hope not.
Please come back.
As Shannon walked away, Simmons called after her, attempting to explain that it was just a joke. The tension escalated as the interviewer continued to push, prompting Simmons to address Shannon directly, asking her to come back. His plea, "Don't blame me for this. I thought you were kidding," highlighted his frustration with the interviewer's line of questioning and his concern for his wife's feelings. Simmons handled the situation, though initially lighthearted, turned serious as he realized the impact of the interviewer's inappropriate questions. His attempt to manage both the interviewer and his wife's emotions showcased his struggle to maintain professionalism in a highly personal and uncomfortable situation. Maintaining composure and wit in the face of disrespect, as shown by Dolly Parton and other celebrities, highlights their professionalism and resilience. Enjoyed the content? Subscribe for more insights into how celebrities handle their spotlight's pressures. Don't forget to hit the like button and share it with your friends.